one for the ravers. This 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 one for the ravers.
What are we doing? We said we never let the world go by. We roll it side by side, but I won't lie. Things are not exactly as we planned. Do you understand? I wanted to make it. Sometimes it feels like we got left behind, and I find that I'm still holding on to times when it was you and me. We just waste time, but we can't waste time. Yeah, it's gonna take work, but I promise that it's worth it. And we can do whatever, there's still gold under the surface. We might not be there right now, and I know we're still here in the same old town. Trust me when I say I want nothing short of perfect. Nothing short of perfect. Nothing short of perfect. Nothing short of perfect. Might not be there right now, and I know we're still here in the same old town. Trust me when I say I want nothing short of perfect. Nothing short of perfect. So what do we do then? We're trying to figure out a way to go, and the wandering has left me feeling cold. Can I take what I have and build it up to something more? Oh, oh. I know it's hard, but can you picture us right now? With our own house and teenage kids just being too loud, and no more wondering how much that we can afford. Could you ask for more? Yeah, it's gonna take work, but I promise that it's worth it. And we can do whatever, there's still gold under the surface. We might
Right. Let's see. I hope the music is not too loud for now. Let me make it more quiet. So it is just a little bit background music. Let's jump into the live. Hello, 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 everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you? Especially on a stream like today. Bello, thank you so much for the lurk. Really appreciate it. Hello, hello. So, what do you think? I hope the screen is not too full today. A lot is going on my screen today. Instead of game, you see like, well, I guess the first thing that jumps into your eyes is nothing from here, but this little dinosaur to my right. It's actually to my left, but for you it's to my right. So it's complicated, okay? See it however you like to. Yes, that's the cute mascot of Stack Up, the charity, well, organization that I'm going to support with today's stream. You can see them up there as well. Stack Up Charity benefiting in this stream. So, guys, as always, when you talk about stuffs, well, like we are going to do today, let me do a quick disclaimer. We are here to talk about, well, how people get through difficult situations, under which can also be like the thought of, well, becoming suicidal. And since we're touching a very sensitive topic, please see below information that says in big letters, find help. Find a helpline.com. If you type it into your browser, it will always show you the, well, suicide prevention or support helplines for your country. That's why I chose this website to, well, for this little information, I guess. All right, everything else, everything else, you can see at the top that that's the status of the Tiltify campaign link. There's two ways you can donate. There's two ways you can donate on the stream. Number one, you if you're on on the web browser and seeing the stream like this, you should be able to see a donate to charity button instead of the normal sub button or gift subs button. You should be understanding that donating with this button via Twitch will not raise the bar at the top. The bar at the top is only raised by donations via Tiltify. I will send you the link in a second. I just realized myself that I didn't do it yet. So let me do that quickly. There we go. Made here. There we go. Should make that a pin though. I will do that. There we go. Hey Rev, welcome in. And how are you? Roseanne, thank you for the lurk. And Sora, of course, welcome in as well. All right. Good to see you guys. Give me a second. I need to double check one thing. All right. So maybe we might get a visitor from Stack Up today. Maybe. I can't promise it for now because apparently the person I'm working with is a little bit unwell. We'll see about that. We'll see. No promises here. Maybe they will be coming. All right. That should be done as well. All right, the pin is there. Good. That is also working. And of course, you can also just use the QR code with your smartphone, and it will, well, directly send you to the page that is also pinned here in the chat. All right, so 2 ways to donate if you, of course, want to support the charity. All right. There's also some goals that can be achieved. Let me have a look if I can open it for you. Hey Rin, hello. Let's see. So there is some targets that you can see. I think I will just talk about them if we actually reach them. You can just browse through them, and well, obviously the $200 thingy lore unmasked would be something that I wonder if I can put into words properly in the stream, but I would prepare it afterwards. It's something that I can't just say out of nowhere, but we'll see. Welcome, Rin. How are you? Yes, of course. Thank you, Kani, for sharing this. As long as we didn't wrap up that part, you can obviously still send me your story on Telenum. The link shared by Kani is correct. So if there is something you would like to share anonymously, don't worry about that. We cannot, like, I have no means to understand, like, who sent it to me. So feel free to share it. We have 2 stories that I can share with you today until now. If you want to add another one, feel free to do that. All right, enough about the campaign itself, the charity event itself. If you have any questions on how to donate, feel free to reach out again. Kani or me, or maybe even EP Rin might be able to answer, but don't worry, I'm here. So if you actually want to donate something for the cause, just don't hesitate to ask. I'll be helping you here out. All right, guys. I would say before we well, jump too much into the topic, I would love to share with you a little bit about StackUp themselves. For that, I opened their official YouTube. Oh, by the way. For that, I opened their official YouTube, and it's 2 videos about StackUps that I want to share with you first. Let's jump into it, but for that, I am muting the music for a second so we can properly concentrate on who is StackUp.
StackUp is a non-profit that focuses on using video games to help veterans either prevent PTSD, cope with PTSD, or just have an outreach to where they can meet fellow veterans that want support as well.
We support veterans with video gaming through our 3 main programs. Our supply crates, which are giant boxes full of everything a unit deployed downrange needs to get video gaming. You need that level of distraction and entertainment and camaraderie within a unit, and gaming provides all of that. We also have our aerosol programs, which is us sending disabled or deserving veterans to various geek culture events such as PAX, E3, Comic-Con, as a way of showing veterans back home that there's an entire community of people out there that speak their language through gaming. And then we have our Stacks program, which are groups of local volunteers that get out in the community and help serve military units locally, not just overseas, but also here in the States as well.
StackUp exists because we felt that there was a need for a charity that not only wanted to help veterans, but wanted to focus on the gaming approach. We're all gamers. We know that gaming is a relaxing thing, and it helps us unwind.
For more information about StackUp, head over to stack-up.org. We are StackUp. Will you join us?
There we go. Guys, and let me go here. And as long as, well, no, let me choose other words. Just so you know, I was at PAX. Oh, Sora, did you see them there? Did you see them there? Representatives there of Stack Up? That would be interesting to hear if you met some people. So you might wonder, it's a US-based charity organization, but they are actually supporting not only US citizens. That's, I think, what is pretty interesting. So if you if you know veterans from Britain, from Europe, from NATO, feel free to tell them about Stack Up and their work. I would the best thing that they can do is reach out and help if help is necessary, and of course people from all over the world can join the cause and support. All right. Let me have 1 second just to double check. Okay, quiet for now. Then I would say, can't say I did. I think I might have seen them on my last day, but I can't recall. Oh, okay. I don't know if they are going to put it up on the video. Therefore, I want to open it up. It's a gaming convention of sorts. But that's, for example, one of the events that they are actually, normally visiting. Especially in the US, though. 1 second. So, guys, let me maybe try to zoom it in a little bit more. Let's make it bigger for a second so we can better have a look at what they're doing. We'll do it like this for a second. The helpline will be available in a second again. All right, so Stack Up. Veterans are our mission, gaming is our passion. Stack Up is a military charity supporting active and veteran service members from the US and allied nations by promoting positive mental health and combating veteran suicide through gaming and geek culture. We utilize a comprehensive approach consisting of 4 pillar programs. So this is about what Stack Up is actually doing. Like we always say, like, yeah, they help, but how do they help? They have these 4 pillars. The Stacks, local volunteer pods of veterans and civilians that host game nights and work together to improve their communities. Supply crates, video game care packages sent out to deployed military units and veterans in need of a moral boost. Air assaults, all expenses paid trips for veterans to attend gaming and geek culture events or visit Phalanx House, Stack Up's HQ. And the Overwatch program, peer-to-peer mental health support for veterans and civilians through mental health, game nights, and community discussions. I guess you can already guess where I am located at. I'm part of Stack Up in the 4th pillar in this case. Well, that's the reason why we are meeting up today here. Let's get this away and have a look at the second image film of Stack Up.
Stack Up is a non-profit that focuses on using video games to help veterans either prevent PTSD, cope with PTSD, or just have an outreach to where they have an outlet to where they can meet.
No, I did not drop a can.
That want support as well. Stack Up has 3 core programs. We have our supply crate program, where we send video games to veterans overseas. That is part of our initiative to help create a stress-free environment for them, or the closest thing we can to it. We have our local SACS program, which is our community outreach, so to speak, our volunteers across the nation. And last, we have our Air Assault program, where we fly out vets to events, and we try and show them a good time. You can go to stack-up.org. It's our website. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook. It's
Hey,
stackup.org,
Yunkoichi. Welcome in.
And also, we have a public Discord server that information is on all of our social media. Those would be the 3 easiest ways to do it. If not, you can always shoot me an email. Sign up over on the red iPads over here, and we will get you through the push-up challenge. High scores, up to date. We'll walk home with some awesome NTXT gaming gear.
That's a cute game. Even though, I
Stack Up
feel
exists
like
because we felt that there was a need for a charity that not only wanted to
very
help veterans,
tiring.
but wanted to focus on the gaming approach. Because, you know, you're a gamer, I'm a gamer, we're all gamers. We know that gaming is a relaxing thing, and
That
it
is
helps
true.
us to unwind. And we want to make sure that there's someone that is focusing on that approach, as opposed to taking a more general or broad approach.
All right, guys, there we go. That's all about Stack Up for now. I wonder, maybe, as I said, somebody from Stack Up might be visiting us here on chat soon, or maybe even join me on VC, depending on if they, well, get better a little bit. But it can't be helped. Health is more important. We are here on the mental health part. Physical health is the same important, so it can't be helped sometimes. All right, guys, and obviously there was that's only the first half of the idea of the stream. The second half is the National Suicide Prevention Month. That is honestly, as much as I know, is a US thing, but I think it's a very cool and important thing that, well, there is actually something like this, that people maybe get reminded of it, that it's an existing thing. I feel like we tend to blend out bad stuffs, because bad stuffs is, well, bad, of course, right? We don't want to think about it, we don't want to talk about it, honestly, and it's difficult for many people. Sometimes it opens up old wounds, makes you feel bad, and can you judge someone who wants to avoid this if they really don't want to feel bad again? So yeah, that's why I think it's quite cool and important to have something like this, and I think the United States do something cool with this National Suicide Prevention Month. But like me, people like me who have never heard about it, there we go, guys.
On the Health Watch, September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and it's a month to remember the lives lost to suicide, the millions of people who have struggled with thoughts of suicide, and to acknowledge those who have been impacted.
It's also a time to raise awareness about prevention. CBS News Miami's Danya Backus spoke to one man who wants his story to bring hope to others.
Alex Glogovac isn't afraid to admit he's had some dark times. The 24-year-old even contemplated suicide.
Suicidal thoughts for me didn't really come till I was about 17, kind of late high school. Ever since then, I'm almost 25 now. I've kind of had them off and on.
Suicide is now the second leading cause of death among young people aged 15 to 24. Last year, more than 49,000 people took their own lives. That's more than any other year on record.
We're seeing an uptick now in suicide, the rates of suicide with our youth. Now, what is the direct link and correlation? I don't know what that is. And I don't know if we really will ever have an answer for that, because there's so many factors.
Justina Larson is a licensed therapist and executive director of outpatient services at Newport Academy, an adolescent mental health facility. She says there are behavior changes parents can look out for.
lack of concentration, decrease in performance at school, again, the isolation, withdrawing from friends. Watch their eating, sleeping habits, looking at their social media presence and that footprint. Social media is a huge piece.
If there is concern, Larson says talk about it.
It can start as a simple conversation of, hey, I noticed some things have changed in you. Can we talk about what you're feeling and thinking? What's going on?
Alex credits his family support system and the treatment he received at Newport Academy for helping him cope with suicidal thoughts.
The main thing is that you're not alone. Things may seem bleak right now, but it's going to get better.
He's sharing his story to give hope to others. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Oh, there we go. And I think I'm gonna skip this one, but I would love to share.
Ein Parlamentsgebäude, das von
Oh my
aufgebrachten
God. Don't play
Demonstranten in
automatic stuffs. All right. Oh my God, that threw me off completely. But not only is it important to be aware of well, suicidal behavior, guys. I think it's also important to be able to react as good as you can if somebody actually opens up to you and says that they have these feelings. Like, is there a sudden German ad? No, that was actually like a random next video popping up. So, yeah, surprising. Autoplay. And here is a video of, am I muted? No. No, I'm not muted? Question mark? Oh, it's not? No. Thank you. Pressed it accidentally. Ah, okay. And don't worry about it. Don't worry. Yeah, and well, that's the part that we're going to cover now. We are going to listen to Jill Moreton, a psychotherapist based at the Rivers Centre for Traumatic Stress in Edinburgh, Scotland. Like, this team caught up with her to discuss how can we tell if someone is feeling suicidal, what we can do to help our loved ones who are feeling suicidal, what approach is the best, taking care of ourselves too. Of course, it takes a toll on everyone, right? Even though it might be a little bit longer, this video, I really feel like, well, its educational purpose is overweighing the length of it. So let's give it a chance, shall we?
Your loved person better than most other people. And if you're noticing something's not right, ask about that. And asking directly about whether someone is feeling hopeless and having suicidal thoughts will not make it worse. It will connect you with them and allow you to work with them to get the support and the help they need. When we're having these really important conversations about suicide, something to kind of hold in mind is the difference between somebody having thoughts of suicide, where they just can't see the point of carrying on and they don't think things are ever going to get any better and that people will be better off without them, those thoughts, and actually having an active plan, being suicidal. We can talk about how each of those are difficult, but there is a distinction. And when we're thinking about how we support people, it's helpful to kind of remember that so that we don't get so frightened that the fact that somebody is maybe having a thought of suicide means that they're in active risk right now. How can we tell if someone's having suicidal thoughts? You know, it is the million-dollar question. And there are things that we can look out for. You know, people sometimes say things like, what's the point? And I don't know if I can go on. They actually say things that suggest they're really struggling and feeling hopeless. Other times it may be changes in kind of mood or personality or behavior. They were folk more withdrawn or more irritable or just sad, yeah? What we're going to think about is the importance of kind of picking up on any of those signs and those hooks. But what we also need to remember is that sometimes we can't tell and we don't know. And that's not our fault if we haven't noticed a change, if we haven't noticed a sign. But as I say, those ideas where people may be giving us hints through changes in their personality or their behavior. And obviously, sometimes they can be things that look positive. Somebody might start to have been through a really difficult time and sometimes start to look as if everything's better. And again, that's a challenging one to look out for, isn't it? So why would you think that would be a clue that someone is feeling suicidal? You may just be really glad that they're feeling a bit better, but we know sometimes that people experience some relief when they've made that decision, and that kind of uplift after a difficult time can sometimes be a warning sign. I think if we are concerned about somebody, the best approach is to ask directly. And that's both asking directly, kind of, are you okay? It's maybe saying you seem like things are kind of weighing you down or that you're kind of struggling a bit. And also to ask directly at some point about, are you having thoughts of suicide? We know from people who have been in that place that somebody asking them that doesn't increase the risk of it happening. And the really important thing about asking that question is it makes a bridge to somebody who's in that lonely, difficult place. We know what is going to help people get through this is feeling connected to other people. And having these suicidal thoughts, whether it's an active plan or whether it's part of a sense of hopelessness or reactive to a lot of stress that's around, but what having that direct conversation allows us to do is to see what we can do to help. It gets us alongside them, and they're not on their own in that place with those scary thoughts. There are a whole range of services out there that can support people who are struggling. There can be challenges accessing them at times, but they are there and it's worth persisting. And I guess the other thing is not to underestimate the power of what you're offering right now. Sometimes people don't need complicated psychotherapy. What they need is to know that someone cares and to have that sense of being listened to and not judged and that they matter. Lots of people worry about getting it wrong, even if they don't think it's going to make somebody hurt themselves, but they worry that they'll offend them or they'll upset them, or perhaps that they'll hear something that they don't feel able to manage. It's really painful to know that somebody you care for is in that really difficult place. And also you may worry that you're going to mess it up or get it wrong. And the message I would give as a professional, but also as someone who has worked a lot with people who've been in those places and who've told me about the things that help them, is that what we pick up is people's kindness and their intent. You know, we don't think it was, I can't remember if it was Maya Angelou or Oprah who says, we remember how people make us feel, not what they say. And as long as we come from a place of care and a willingness to help, people will hear that. And it doesn't matter if you get the words messed up. What people will notice is that you're interested and you want to help. If we're thinking about what sorts of help people might need, you know, to get them through this really difficult time, and I'm thinking of one of the other films on this site where Neil talks about the light at the end of the tunnel, and what we're often doing as supporting somebody who's in that really dark place is kind of holding the hope for a little while for them, you know, when they can't find it themselves. It's about listening. It's about finding out what they need, you know, what they think is driving this difficulty. And a big message is that we don't have to have all of the answers. We don't have to fix it. We don't have to come up with a plan. But we need to be curious and interested to find out what's contributing to someone being in this place. And it's interesting if we think about practical support, because actually lots of people's difficulties may have a solution that we can try and help with. You know, maybe the reason people are feeling hopeless is they're not in contact with their kids, or they're wondering how they're going to pay their bills, or they've lost their job. And it's not fixing something to have that conversation and say, well, let's have a think about what we might be able to do to get some help with that, so that the support you might be able to help people access won't only be about mental health support. It may be about those real life issues that are causing people so much stress. If we are supporting someone who's in a difficult place, then, you know, we need to take care of ourselves too. And whether that's the idea that you can't pour from an empty vessel, or the kind of air stewards, you know, who tell us that we have to fit our own oxygen mask first. You know, in the same way as the kind of plans the people we're supporting need to include a network of folk who can help them and things they can do to look after themselves, to pick up their mood. If we're supporting people, we need to have those things in place for us too. And it's one of the reasons we talk about kind of maybe not in keeping secrets, you know, not sort of if someone's, it's not that we're going to tell everybody somebody's business, but we might need to say, I need to be able to tell someone that I'm supporting you and I need a bit of help as well. There's also an issue about boundaries, and sometimes people find themselves in positions where the person they're supporting them is relying on them on a very great deal. I mean, that's a wonderful privilege, isn't it, that someone is doing that, but we have to be realistic about what we can do, and we can't be the only kind of hook that somebody's holding on to, and taking, you know, answering calls 24/7, and, you know, so we both need to really try and encourage people to access those professional supports if they need them, and also to say to the person, if we think, you know, I need, you know, I can't do this on my own, you know, I'm here for you, but we need some other people in our team to help with this. So just, because that goes back to that guilt that we talked about, really, about when sometimes we feel all of that responsibility then on us. You know, we need to share that and have other people who can help us, and we need to look after our own mental health.
All right, guys, there we go. How are your feelings about what the doctor or the psychotherapist, sorry, said? Honestly, the lection that I take, or the message that I take from this one is honestly, be brave. Be brave is what I hear out from this thing. Be brave. Be brave if you well, to ask the person. What is the worst that can happen? That they say like, no, you're weird. That's all that can happen. Honestly. And as you've heard from the psychotherapist, like asking a person if something is wrong never leads to them harming themselves. And if she speaks out of knowledge, then I guess at this point we can just trust, right? I've had people telling me that they want to unalive themselves like maybe twice. I didn't know what to do back then. I sent one of them to McDonald's. The question is, Kani, do you feel like MacD could help them? Of course we are not doctors. Of course we are not doctors. Or mental health experts or psychotherapists. That's what the experts are there for. But I feel like, honestly, if this is the only thing that is necessary to be able to help someone, I'm yeah, honestly, it's like what the professor said. It helps them to feel this, that someone cares. Exactly. And it doesn't cost too much strength, does it really? Of course, it might be hurting if you see this person like having a mental outbreak, like starting to cry or whatever. But shouldn't you be proud instead that this person is actually opening up? That you broke that shell that they're used to hide their feelings in? Just my well, is it verdict? Is it just what I took from this video? Years later, they actually came back to me, said they got into therapy and medication, and everything is better. They actually thanked me for being there. Look at that. Look at that. Sometimes just listening to the person is already like the first step to help them, right? I'm glad. Never hesitate, guys. That's what I see or learn from this video. Never hesitate. If you see someone suffering, just ask them, like, are you suffering? Or am I seeing it wrong? Yeah. Ask them, like she said, like, why do they feel so desperate? And if there is anything that can help them, and if you, or maybe even if you can guide them to the proper support, I think you already did everything that you can as a non-professional, and I think that's a very good thing to do, honestly. We turn on some musics for the background. I hope it's not too loud, guys. All right. I think it's good to ask, but from experience, maybe the person can feel even like a burden then. But isn't it our job as the person who asked? Oh, let me move this actually. Isn't our job as the person who actually asked to assure them that it's okay? That it's okay to be a burden sometimes? Because we are there for them? My opinion. I think it's okay to be a burden sometimes. Yeah, and I would assure them that it's not. Everything as it helps, right? Hey, Robo, welcome in. Good to see you. I think mostly those people are already feeling the rejection even before they try to tell us. Yeah. And maybe that's like the first step. To teach the people that not everyone will reject what they have on their mind. Like, if they talk with you. Maybe that's also the most difficult part. I wonder about that, honestly. No, I've never heard about the Spring Robo. But I would say, guys, since it's a mental health stream, we all know that mental health doesn't only wind up in terms of suicidal behavior. It's actually some other stuffs as well, right? Imagine like, well, as they said in the video, for example, losing a job, bills you cannot pay, stuff like that. Is it really leading to suicidal behavior or thoughts by everyone? I doubt it, but many people feel depressed. Depression is another heavy topic. Burnout is another very heavy topic, and well, it's a mental health stream. I asked you guys to share your stories anonymously here with me, or rather with us. I think it's also on my end important to share a story from my end, even though I guess that's not that anonymously. But many people realize that well, my streams got shorter, very much maximum 3 hour long. In general, that they became rarer. It's not like I don't like you or I don't miss you. I miss you a lot, guys. But due to certain health reasons that developed over the time, I was and am being forced to limit whatever I'm doing online. Good morning, Tori. Good to see you. Mostly it is related to the job that I did until roundabout July. Since then, I'm on sick leave, and I try to focus on health and obviously mental health. Well, what's the personal story that I can share with you? Over the course of time, I developed many health issues over the... Well, over the time I was working at my job. The job is super super stressful. It's connected with doing overtime literally every day. So at one point my health started to decrease rapidly. At first I didn't realize it because, I mean, what do you do if something is painful? You take a painkiller, right? If your tummy is hurting, what are you doing? You try to change your like food plan. When there's headache, you take a painkiller. When you feel absolutely super tired, what are you trying? You think like going to sleep earlier is a good idea, right? Stuff like that. Didn't exactly help me realize that the issue was the stress itself, that it was the work itself that made me that sick. And it needed many voices from many directions, friends, family, even doctor, to make me realize that it is the job that I liked. Don't misunderstand me. I liked what I was doing, but apparently it made me sick, and it led to the worst that can be possible, in my opinion, for health problems. It led, in my case, to very strong migraine attacks. That means I have to shut off everything. It has to be super quiet. I have to close all the curtains. Light is bad. Every sound is bad. Thinking about food, no. Only the thought about food makes me nauseous. Sometimes, well, guys, if it's hurting you, please don't listen. Shut your ears now. 3, 2, 1. Sometimes it was days of vomiting that, I couldn't help against. The pain is so strong that you think that you need an ambulance, honestly. But you're holding back yourself. At the beginning, I was also very scared because I didn't know what is happening to me. Well, until I talked with family and heard that migraines are apparently in our genetics, and apparently the stress from work triggered this very strong migraine attacks that, don't misunderstand me, they're not gone. I'm still suffering from migraine attacks every now and then. Last one was yesterday. Today I'm still feeling bad. I had to take another painkiller to be able to be here today. Migraines are, I don't know what migraine is, Robo, but migraines are a terrifying sickness. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And all these problems that I had personally even made me rethink my career wishes. I'm going to do I'm going to join an educational program which might be helpful. How do you call it? For me in the future, also as a VTuber, honestly. But of course, I'm gonna keep you updated about that. Since I didn't start it at all yet, it will be on the 1st of October. I will share my experiences with education, and who knows, maybe you might see the fruits of that educational program also on my VTubing presence. Can't wait to start this new chapter of my life, and hopefully the sickness, the especially the migraines will disappear as they have not been present before I was working the job. Alright, that's enough about me, I would say, honestly. It's not easy to talk about stuff like that. It can cause something as little as too much light to cause pain in the temples of your skulls and head. Robo, honestly, it's everything. It's everything. You feel like you're dying. Honestly, if I don't know how to describe it else. It feels like you're dying. Blended Waters, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Have you seen or heard of a YouTube series called Konjin House? Is this about mental health, or what is that about? The quick summary that I had to look at doesn't feel like it's contributing to the topic we have today, so I feel like we can ignore the message for now. I know a good amount of people who have them, though in the States, with work environments that demand 12-hour work schedules, 3 days a week of 6 8-hour factory jobs around Silicon or so on. Many different ways, I know. Well, and that's the how do you say, the contradiction in expectations, right? And what is actually possible. If you have migraines, like you're vomiting the soul out of your body, you have pain that like is scientifically proven is super bad. How can you do that? It's impossible. It's impossible. You can't work. In a way, I was you can put it please in abbreviation marks, lucky, because I got the migraine apparently when I tried to rest, so always on weekends. It never affected my work schedule, let's call it this way, but being stolen off every free day that you have with pain and agony, that is scary beyond belief, honestly. Is not something that is acceptable. And that's why I went to the doctor and, well, seeked for help. I asked what's wrong with me. Is there medicine that can help me? Like, the doctor gave me medicine and it helps, and I'm very happy about it. But the doctor also pointed out, like, it's something that can be caused by other factors, and asked me how long do I have these attacks and everything. And that led to, well, to the job, which was a revelation for me, honestly. A3, welcome in, welcome in. All right, let me open up the, got to know the root of the trigger. Indeed, it was the root of the trigger, but, you know, there's always this fear that now that it triggered it, it might never disappear again, because I'm on sick leave for 3 months already, and I still have migraine, like very strong migraine attacks on regular basis. So the hope is there that they will go away one day again, like they appeared one day. Let me open up the Telenym page that you posted, Kani. Maybe post the message again. But I'll be opening it up. So, of course, you can join it in the future, Robo. I don't mind. Okay, apparently I cannot open it up for you. So I'm gonna read them out. Let me see if I can, or rather what I can do. Theme. All right, guys. I promised to talk about the stories that you shared with me. All in all, 2 people used this chance to write something, and I would say let's have a look at their story and see what they wrote. Let me try to log in so we can actually have a look. Interesting. To look. How can I share it best? Maybe like this. There. I'm sorry, guys. I never used Telegram before, so I try to solve my way through how how can I actually share the postings there with you. I hope it will be legible or something, honestly. We'll see about that. Alright. Let's see. I wonder if it's legible, so let me make it as big as I can. All right, let's have a look, guys. The first story to be shared in the hope that it will help everyone in need, maybe as a help when we try to help someone. Let's go. So I've had a moment that is both overwhelming but became a turning point instead. I had a long distance relationship with someone I knew from the internet. Short story, we do not match, and after 1.5 years and lots of arguments, they broke up with me. We argued the day before and they told me to give them time to think. To think of what? I thought. I had my guess. I started thinking about how empty will it be if they really broke up with me. I've given them so much time in future. That night I thought, if that really happened, I will give up. I can transfer all my wealth to my mom and leave. And it really happened. It was probably my first time getting broken off. It took me off guard. I went on 6 months full of sadness. I had the sudden onset of crying, even when I was just eating. I had to skip meals sometimes because I don't want my family to know I was crying. I had to hide sharp objects because I know I have the urge to hurt myself. I'm thankful that I still have some self-control. It doesn't help too when my mom, knowing I broke up, told me instead that I was not serious about my relationship. Luckily, I had a group of gaming friends and they truly listened to me. They helped me by giving kind words and distract me with games. As toxic as it sounds, the other thing that keeps me going on is because I was thinking of the way of going back to them. I was busy trying to find a way to repair our relationship when I found out about attachment issue. Apparently my insecurities was the root of this relationship problems I had. I learned it in hope I can repair my relationship with my ex. Spoiler, it doesn't work because healing from it took time. I was being pushy and triggered even more fights instead. I ended up blocking them because I saw myself and I don't like how I act. I decided not to go back, and the healing continues. I started being kinder to myself. I let myself feel instead of telling myself to stop being sad. I stopped being ashamed for crying and breaking. I listened to myself and found my limiting beliefs. I took online courses on self-growth and overcoming insecurity. My timeline on social medias are full of human growth content creator, though sometimes I rest from it and watch cute animal videos instead. I suggest other people to consult professional. I was not really lucky to have the amount of money for a therapist, but I'm sure it would help. It's been 3 years and I'm thriving. I took off some of my tinted glasses of how I see the world. It looks a lot colorful now. I even found my soulmate who gave me a sense of security. I can work on this relationship with a better standing. My message to all of you who struggles, no matter how insignificant the problem sounds, may you all found the way to heal. It all took time. It's messy. Sometimes you might fall back into trauma, past same patterns. Sometimes it's a lonely journey even, but you all deserve to live a life that is truly yours. Don't forget to get some help if you need it. I would say out of respect to wait, what's happening here? Out of respect, it's important to keep the message as it is, and just take their lesson with us, I would say. There we go. And oh my gosh, stop, please stop. There we go. And as to the second story that we got shared with, let me have a look. Do we have an ad break or something? Oh yeah, we have a little ad break. There we go. Welcome back, guys, from the ad break. Thank you so much for staying here with me on this charity stream. All right, let's jump to the last story for today. There we go. The closest I got, I decided to just wait 10 minutes to see if I would still feel the same. I figured after a lifetime of pain, what's 10 more minutes? I've heard stories of people who attempted, but then immediately regretted it. But by that point, it's out of their hands to change course, and they only survived by luck. I've tried to look at it as ending things is always an option I can take. If I choose to live, then that option is still there. But if I choose not to live, that's final, and I have no options. Thinking about it like that sort of helps me to feel, I don't know, like it will be alright? I'm still here, I have options, I can figure it out. Maybe telling yourself that you can always just end things later isn't the healthiest thing, but it's gotten me through a few dark moments. You don't always need to be perfect or to have your act together. Sometimes just surviving is enough. I agree with that. Thank you so much, Afri, for donating $15 to StackUp.org for the charity. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I hope, or rather, I'm very sure that every single cent that you spend will be used for a very, very honorable and good purpose. I've been in contact with StackUp for months already. I've seen what they're doing. I'm in their special Discord group. I follow, I'm following them. Let's call it this way, and obviously I'm officially affiliated with them as well. Therefore, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's go. Let me have a look. Give me 1 second. Oh. All right. Guys, so far I really hope that well, you enjoyed. Is it about enjoyment? I wonder. I think it's not about enjoyment. It's more about do you feel a little bit enriched talking about this topic with me here? Does it help you in a way? Do you think awareness? Yeah. Do you think what we are learning here together and listening here together is going to help you if you feel that way, or if you see someone who feels that way is in a dark moment in their life? I wonder. Hey, Bob George, welcome in. Good to see you. A new Telegram. Obviously, I'm going to double check every now and then to see if people post something new. All right, thank you for sharing, Mr. America. Let me put it here on screen. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Give me a second. I feel like I need to move one stuff so it makes more sense. I'm gonna put it here, honestly, so it's not disturbing the alerts anymore. All right, thank you so much for sharing. Let me open it up so we can have a look at it and share it with everyone. Let me open it up for you guys. There we go. By the way, Bob is silent in Bob George, and the George is silent. And the one... Wait, what? Bob is silent in Bob... Wait, what? So... I'm not allowed to call you... Like, I'm gonna say, like... How are you? Are you okay? Call anything you want. So I guess I'm gonna call you Bob George. And Bob George, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into my lair as a regular guest. Good to see you. I think it's pronounced Frank. I see. I'm good, just less Bob than Bob. Bob the Builder, maybe. Entropy, welcome in as well. The story, I know this one. I see. Thank you so much for the follow, Entropy Cat. Really appreciate it. There we go. Welcome into my lair as a regular guest. For those who are, well, joined a little bit later on the stream, my name is Kind Refinist, Vampire VTuber, Singer Gamer, and today's meetup is to or rather, in honor of the Suicide Prevention Month, we're talking about mental health, crisis moments. Not only limited to suicide, but it's part of it. So, guys, if you have a very bad situation right now and you need immediate help, please do not hesitate to go on findahelpline.com. No matter where you are in this world, they will show you the necessary helplines. Please do not hesitate. Thank you. Your life is important, guys. Don't throw it away. All right, let's have a look at the very new post that I received a few seconds ago. Hi Kine, a mental struggle, a common struggle I think that people may have is a story here. Have this. Long ago there was a young couple. They worked hard every day. They were independent and lived a busy life, but as time came through, complications happened. Family members were sick, special occasions happened. Appointments came through. The young couple spent less and less time with each other, which barely had time to begin with each other due to their busy lives. One side of the couple tried calling and texting and putting an effort on the relationship, trying. It's effort on both ends to keep things going well. It was no one's fault. They both tried, but they found each other having less and less time. They thought to themselves, I will continue to give support, just letting someone know they care. While also being understanding is a key. They both loved each other very much. But one day, they both ended up going to university and found they no longer have the time to spend with each other due to studies. Found it to be more mentally stressful, and that it's not fair to keep both of them stressing and worrying about each other while also not having the time. They both reflected and saw how they would function without each other. The lesson in this story is that mental health is important. Take time to reflect and also take time to think of how others may think, even if it's someone you love. It may be hard, but think to yourself, the person who loves the other wouldn't want them to be feeling sick due to stress or feel like they can't give the support they should because of there not being enough time. Think about how you can improve on things, and don't take things personal when it's a situation like this, Mr. America. I've seen many cases like this, and sometimes it gets better, sometimes it doesn't. But getting through the day and continuing possible self-improvement is what matters, Mr. America. Bob, explain me what you mean with your sentence. What is a chair, true or false? I wonder what you mean with that. Mr. America, such a wise man. I agree. I agree. Quick look at this, just to make sure that I'm not missing on something here. I have a small story to share about mental health, if it's allowed. Entropy, of course. If you so number one, if you want to share your story anonymously, please do it on I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? Now we know that you're going to share it. So it doesn't really matter at this point anymore. So it's right there. Yeah, it is right there. So if you want to post it, wait, it's right there. I cannot see links. I cannot see links. I'm sorry. You have to post it. Like you have to post the story. Critical Mass Chapter 14 Home. Look.
After the mission.
So, let's see. Is this from a novel or is this from Real Sensitive? I see. I see. Alright. Of course we're gonna have a look at it. If it's something that you think might help to others here in the stream, of course we're going to have a look at it, guys. Hey Bob, could you kindly explain me like the poll? If you can't, Kani, can you remove refund the points for this poll? Because I really don't get it. Let me open up the stream. Toey, I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn it on. Kani, if you're already at it, can you refund Toey for for this one as well? I'm gonna turn it on now, so give me a second. There we go. Now it's running. There we go. Alright, let me turn on the... Ow! Who was that? We turn on the browser. There we go. Hopefully it will work. It does. Perfect. All right. Thank you, Kani. Really appreciate it. All right. Let me mute the music so we can have a look at your story, Entropy. Thank you so much.
After the mission, they ran me through the purification protocol. Bright lights, white rooms, the smell of antiseptic. They asked their questions, but never listened to the answers. The tower told me what to say, how to nod, when to smile. I followed his instructions exactly, and they stamped the papers, waved me through. We are a team now. He proved I can trust him. I got on the plane, home with my heart full of fire. I was going back to my family, back to my wife's soft voice, to my daughter's laughter. I had dreamed of that moment every night in the barracks. It's been too long, and I've seen enough. At the airport, they were waiting, just like I dreamed. I hugged them so tight it hurt, and for a moment, I almost believed I was whole again. But being home wasn't like the dream. The streets of the town felt smaller. I told my daughter not to trust them, even the kind ones, maybe especially the kind ones. People are wicked, all of them strangers now. Inside, the house felt wrong, the air too close, the walls itching against my skin. So I took to the porch each night with a few beers, telling myself I deserved it, that I'd earned this peace. The neighbor's dog barked every night without end, shrill, grating, unbearably loud. The tower said I didn't deserve that. After all I've been through, I deserve peace and quiet. When I silenced the dog, the tower helped me hide what was left. My wife started to worry. She whispered that I was drinking too much, that I woke her with my muttering in the night. But she never saw the things I saw. She never heard the screams behind my eyes. How could she understand? Such a dangerous place is not fit to raise a child in. I have to protect them. The world is a rotten, bleeding wound, and only the tower knows how deep the infection goes. At first, it only spoke. Then it began to show itself. At the far edge of the woods, past the tree line, a black outline stretched high like a shadow
Entropy.
against the stars. I thought it was a trick of my eyes, but when I walked closer, it was there, like he promised. He always keeps his promises. The door of the tower was always open, waiting for us. It told me it was time. Time to shelter them where the world could never touch them. I took my wife and daughter deep in the woods behind the house. They were afraid, but I told them it was safe. I told them it was love. And when they crossed the threshold, the tower swallowed their cries in silence. Now we are inside. The walls rise forever, black, smooth, and impenetrable. My wife sits in a corner, but her face is calm now. My daughter holds my hand. I keep telling them they're safe, and now they believe me. I closed the door. I locked the bolt, and I threw the key into the leaves outside where no one will ever find it. The tower tells me I've done the right thing. The tower tells me we will never suffer again. The tower tells me we are home.
All right. What I can say, Entropy, this is like, as much as I understand, this is a work of fiction. The idea behind this stream is though that people share their real experiences and and how they coped with it, and not sharing literature. The idea is PTSD. Yeah. It's not very much hidden. That is true. Give me a second. That's the one thing. In order to protect, that is true. That is true. Even though like what you wrote me, like, you do not condone animal cruelty in any case or form. I've heard once a super like sad story of a veteran who came back from the Iraq war. Obviously, I'm not gonna say who and when and what and how, but let's just put it in a way that this man lost nearly to all of his comrades, like in his how do you call it, of his troop, I guess, during a mission, and he returned not as the same man from the army as he was before. He had a wife and 2 children, and within shortest time, like within a year, with therapy and everything, he lost them, because he changed too much. He changed too much from what happened to him. And one of the most terrifying things that he did was punching his own dog when it was barking for a little bit. We know every dog is barking, right? But it did something with him that he thought like he has to express the violence on this poor animal. And even he realized that this is like even in this behavior that happened, he realized that this is like super wrong. You know, it's very bad, and everything surrounding them breaking apart, like you cannot see your own children anymore whenever you like to. You don't even live with them anymore. your wife left you, and you start questioning, well, your life, right? And that's one of the stories I received from veterans, and yeah, and obviously they were all super angry when the troops have been like sent back to their home countries, and within like well, was it even weeks? Within some weeks, everything that they were fighting for returned back to how it was before. That like felt for many veterans like a slap in the face. Like, what have we been bleeding and fighting for? Yeah, that's like the two things that I certainly remember from my veteran acquaintances and friends. If there's like stories of veterans that you know that you want to share or can, please do so. That's also why we're here for, right? And of course, if there's not much more to say, don't hesitate to donate to stackup.org. It's an organization that I truly trust to help people. Therefore, I'm supporting them officially, as you can see here, with the wonderful mug and the little dinosaur here, their mascot. All right. Guys, if you have like one or two stories to share about veteran friends that you have, or maybe you're a veteran yourself and well, want to share your experience, right? Drop a yes in the chat, and I'll keep it running for as long as you need to write it down. But otherwise, I would say thank you so much for joining in here today. The Tiltify campaign will be still running until tomorrow 5 p.m. So it's still like open for another 22 and a half hours. Feel free to donate to Stack Up and support it for the good cause. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining in here today. I hope it helped you to be a little bit more aware of very serious situations that some people can be in, and maybe have the, how do you say, the bravery, I guess. Maybe have a bravery to reach out to a person that you like, maybe a friend, and who you realize that they are not okay. Ask them. Ask them. It will never hurt. That's what we learned today, right? And other than that, I can only say thank you so much for joining in here today. Avery, thank you so much again for the donation. I and of course Stack Up really appreciate the donation. Thank you so much, guys. I really hope that this was an enrichment for you. Even just telling people that you love them can be enough. Thank you, Rose. Thank you for sharing. Really appreciate that. And other than that, I would say thank you so much for joining in today. I would say it's time to raid out. Let's see. See if there is anyone we can visit. See if there's anyone we can visit. I'm looking for a little charity stream maybe as well. Let's see. Feel like this is a little bit difficult. Let's see. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's a little bit difficult to find a proper charity stream out of the box. So I would say let's visit a friend instead, who I haven't visited for a while. Let's say hi to Pastel Prince. He's streaming Elden Ring Night Rain with his friend. Let's go. As always, wait, let's have a look. Did it drop like 2 different messages? It dropped 2 different messages. That never happened before. Let me try that one more time. All right, guys. Apparently we are getting 2 different rate messages. All right, but I'll accept that. So the upper message for non-subscribers to my channel and the lower rate message for subscribers of my channel. Thank you so much for joining in today. The next stream is tomorrow. I'll be streaming Warframe. Hope to see you there and have a great Sunday evening from my end. Bye bye.